Hello friends, as soon as this story begins, we are told that due to global warming, the polar ice has started to melt, and as a result, the sea level began to rise, because of which big cities will sink. All food and drinking supplies will finish, and later this is exactly what happens. Famine spreads everywhere, and humans start craving even a single grain. But still there is one country left, which has an abundant supply of food and resources. And it is in that country where the main character of our movie lives, Sing. Also, this city had cut off all its ties with other countries for the past 10 years, so that it wouldn't have to share its food and resources with anyone else. But what they didn't know was that this was just the beginning of a much bigger danger, because a terrifying disaster is about to strike this city, one that will give you chills. Friends, the name of this film is Ziam, which you probably haven't seen yet, so stay with us till the end of the video. It's gonna be really exciting. After this, we are shown the movie's main character Sing, who lives in this city. Sing used to be a really good boxer before, but now the world has been destroyed, so neither boxing remains, nor does he have any source of income. That's why he starts doing delivery work, meaning now he works as a transporter. But this job isn't that easy, because now people are starving for even a single grain, and looters try to snatch his goods. But as you already know, he used to be a boxer before, so he knows exactly how to handle such situations, and he always delivered the goods on time. But still the job was dangerous. That's why Sing's wife Rin always worried that something might happen to her husband, but she too had no idea what further dangers were about to come. Now friends, in the middle of this massive destruction, how does this country still have food left? Let me tell you. Actually, in this city, there's a businessman named Basu. He has grown all the food in his own company, and the entire city consumes that food. Not just that, the whole city and the government are under Basu's control. Even though Basu has every luxury possible. His wife has been sick for the past 2 years. Doctors have given up, saying that her treatment isn't possible anymore. But in the meantime, Basu learns a very special thing, that there is a fish in the ocean, eating which his wife can be cured. So he buys that fish and has it delivered to his country, and the person who brings it is Sing. Not only that, Basu serves this fish to his guests too, because he had already fed it to his wife, and now Basu wants to feed this fish to the entire country, so that he can earn even more money and fame. But this is where the beginning of a dangerous end takes place, because due to polar ice melting, a dangerous mutation, a virus, has developed in that fish's genes, and now whoever eats that fish won't remain a living human anymore. They will turn into a living, bloodthirsty corpse. In other words, a zombie. Now Basu's guests and managers eat this fish, and immediately they start to twist and turn in pain. No one understands what is happening. Everyone is clueless, not realizing that this is the sign of doomsday. Anyway, unaware of all these things, Sing finishes his work and returns to his wife Rin. His wife tells him, "Look, please don't do such dangerous work. I love you so much. And if something happens to you, what will become of me?" But Sing promises her, "Darling, don't worry. Nothing's going to happen to me." Now Rin was also heading to her job, 'cause she was a doctor at the city's only hospital. Rin was going with her friend Min and Min's son Bunny to the hospital. Like every other day, she reached the hospital and started her work, because she had a surgery scheduled today. But then, suddenly the directors call her. They say that Mr. Basu's wife has been brought to our hospital, and the fish that Mr. Basu had talked about has also arrived. We will now use it and see whether it helps his wife regain consciousness or not. However, Rin refuses the director's orders. She says, "We haven't even tested that fish yet. It might not even be safe for humans." But the director didn't want to hear anything. A heated argument takes place between the two. But both of them were unaware that Basu's entire staff and his managers had already become injured and infected, because all of them had eaten the fish, and now they too had arrived at the same hospital. Among these guests, the first person to turn into a zombie bites a nurse, and she too becomes a zombie. Now, as a zombie, he starts roaming around the hospital. Rin and the director also see him, and this is where the real movie kicks off, because now this entire hospital was about to become a den of these naked, terrifying zombies. Whoever these zombies were biting, they too were turning into zombies. And now, in this hospital, the number of patients started decreasing, while the number of zombies began rising. These zombies even start coming out of the hospital and begin biting people outside. Those bitten start turning into zombies too. But before the situation could get even worse, the government finds out, and the army decides that no one will be allowed to enter or leave the hospital. News spreads everywhere that no one will go to the hospital today. Singh also hears this news. He loved his wife deeply. He becomes very worried for her. That's why he heads toward the hospital. Here, a huge crowd had gathered, people wanting to check on their relatives. But the army wasn't allowing anyone to go inside. And just then, a man falls from the roof. Now when the army goes to check on him, they think he's dead. But he's still alive. And he bites an army officer. And now that army officer also turns into a zombie. Seeing so many zombies right in front of them, everyone standing outside starts panicking in fear. There's chaos and screaming everywhere. And taking advantage of the situation, Singh manages to sneak into the hospital. But Singh isn't alone inside the hospital. There's now an entire army of zombies, killing off the remaining people one by one. Some people are getting killed, while others are turning into zombies. And the few survivors left are desperately trying to save themselves. Meanwhile, Singh is searching for his wife. Where could she be? But she is hiding in a room with the director. However, the director is extremely scared. So Rin goes out to check if there's a way to escape from there. Suddenly, she hears a sound from behind. When she turns around, she sees that the director has now also become a zombie, because he too had been bitten. Now he wants to attack Rin. But before he could hurt her, Rin pushes him and escapes. When she comes out, she sees that zombies have spread everywhere. She's confused and scared. She doesn't know where to go. But just then she hears Singh's voice. He had reached the hospital. He goes to the control room and tells Rin his location through the speaker. Rin feels relieved, knowing that her husband has come to rescue her. But all of this wasn't going to be that easy for Singh either. 'Cause by now, almost everyone inside the hospital had become a zombie. And if even one of these zombies manages to escape outside, you can imagine what will happen to the city. The government is taking this situation very seriously, and they decide that this hospital, they'll blow it up. A 30-minute timer is set, after which the entire hospital, along with all the zombies inside, will be destroyed, and everyone still inside will also be gone. Singh was unaware of all this. He was going floor by floor, searching for his wife. Now, since Singh was a well-trained boxer, he was able to fight these zombies quite well. Fighting them off, he finally reaches the upper floors. There he meets Bunny, the son of his wife's best friend, Ming. Just as a zombie is about to attack Bunny, Singh saves him. Bunny tells Singh, "Hit the zombie on the head, they'll die faster that way." Singh does just that. And the kid was absolutely right. The zombie died quickly. After that, Singh asks Bunny about Rin. And Bunny of course knows her, because she was his mom's best friend. And he too wanted to find his mother. So both Bunny and Singh start moving upward together. Meanwhile, on the other side, we see Rin, who's unaware of all this, and trying to save her life and escape. She's doing this very cautiously, because she doesn't know from which direction a zombie might attack. She checks the camera and sees that Mr. Basu is still alive, so she thinks that she might be safe if she stays with him. She goes to Mr. Basu, telling her, "Don't worry, the government won't let me die, because if they kill me, this country will also be destroyed." And just like Basu said, that's exactly what was happening, because orders had come from higher up that Basu and his wife must be brought out of the hospital alive. So even though they didn't want to, the army started going into the hospital to save Basu and his wife. Hearing all this, Rin feels a little relieved. Meanwhile, Singh and Bunny were still fighting zombies in the hospital to save the two women. During this, they finally find Ming. Ming is overjoyed to see her son, Bunny. She tells Singh that Rin is on the top floor, but she also says, "Take Bunny with you." Bunny says to his mom, "Mom, you should come with me too." But then he sees that his mom has been bitten by a zombie, so Singh takes Bunny and quickly leaves. And right after they go, Ming turns into a dangerous zombie. Now Singh and Bunny must somehow reach Rin, so they start heading upstairs, where Rin had also arrived to collect the blood. But the zombies spot her, and now they want to kill her. But with her husband Singh around, who could even touch Rin, Singh puts in every ounce of strength he has. Singh fights off the zombies and escapes with his wife Rin and Bunny. Meanwhile, the army reaches Basu. Even though Basu was a good person, he tells the army, "We should take the doctors with us too," referring to Rin. The army agrees, so they head toward Rin. On the other side, Singh is trying to escape with Rin and Bunny. But just as Singh moves ahead, the army shoots him, because they were given strict orders. Kill everyone, whether it's a zombie or a human. Seeing her husband shot, Rin breaks down in tears. But the army drags her out of there, and they also take Bunny with them. However, all that gunfire attracts a massive horde of zombies. Singh realizes that he must protect both his wife and Bunny. So without thinking about his own safety, he stands back up and starts fighting both the army and the zombies. In the chaos, many soldiers are killed, and many others turn into zombies. But Singh is fighting with everything he has to protect his wife. Meanwhile, Rin sees that Basu's wife is regaining consciousness, which shouldn't happen, because she was turning into a zombie. Basu tells Rin, "No, I'm not leaving. I'll stay here with my wife. You go." Rin understands how deeply Basu loves his wife. Moments later, his wife attacks him, and the zombie horde also reaches his location. Basu's story ends there. But Singh, still alive, grabs his family and runs toward the rooftop, because a military helicopter was waiting there to evacuate survivors. But on the way, the three of them are surrounded by a massive zombie army. So Singh distracts all the zombies and signals his wife to run to the rooftop. Rin manages to reach the roof, and the military is about to fly her out. But she pleads, "Please wait a little longer. My husband is coming." The army agrees, but poor Rin doesn't know that her husband is surrounded by zombies from all sides. They could kill him at any moment. But the danger wasn't just the zombies. The entire building was about to be blown up. Time was running out, and the army understood this too. So they start flying out with Rin and Bunny. Just as the chopper is about to take off, Singh somehow manages to reach the rooftop, but he sees his wife leaving without him. And Rin also sees her husband crying and screaming for him. But it's too late. Singh realizes that he was a boxer, and he would die fighting. A huge zombie army rushes behind him, and Singh fights them all alone. He keeps fighting, but time runs out. The entire building explodes, and Rin witnesses her husband's death with her own eyes. It was a very emotional moment. But what could anyone do? Months pass. And now Rin and Bunny are living together. And friends, if you were feeling sad, let me cheer you up. Because in the post-credit scene, our hero Singh is shown alive. He crawls out from inside a steel tank and takes down a zombie. Now he's the one who will save the world from the zombies that escaped, which we will see in the next part of the movie. But for now, he's going to find his wife. You already know that. Anyway friends, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next amazing video.